All right, welcome in. We're going to be doing a review of Spaces' Mire split here. So first off, we're going to talk about Spaces' head here. So unbelievably clean bald head. Absolutely love it. I just did a baldy myself about 3 weeks ago. I did it right to the bone. It was not as clean as this. This is mad respect. It's clean looking Spaces. So I just wanted to say that. All right, let's get rolling here. All right, so see some lazy spamming right off the bat. Boo, that's lazy. Come on, get those 4 fingers. Get that controller up there. Yeah, scratching his eyes, so we'll let him away with that one. All right, here we go. All right, already don't like this. Right off the bat, we have a quick warp potential menu. Okay, so you can use this here. See your quick warp. This is quick warp pixel 1. So if you use your ear, so this would be touching. Okay, so that's not a quick warp. That's your quick warp 1, and that's your quick warp 2. It's just one away, like right here, and then it's kind of hard to see, but one and 2 quick warp pixel. So yeah, it's quite an easy one to get because you do have a menu, whatever it is. I went to the hook shot. I usually have the fire audit here, but it's. Then if you go too far, you have a chance to go like this and roll back out of it. But you get used to this timing here. God, I'm not used to this. You get used to this pausing right on the here to the point where you can get this really consistent. See, I'm getting it every single time. It's not a hard thing to get, so I'd work on that for sure. Here. Okay, so that's losing time. Okay, so didn't get really far here. Next one. Okay, so if you're gonna do the strat, I'll give you a couple options. So option number 1 is if you're gonna be standing, let's say I'm standing about here. Okay, I'll make a safe state here. Okay, so if you're gonna just stand still, I'm gonna show you a couple of things. Right here, you pause on the right hand side and walk left. That will actually save you time. I'll show you the difference. So right here, so that is 9:59, 9:54. You see that? 9:59, 9:54. So it's a free 5 frames. Okay. Another option if you wanted to start getting a little bit sweaty with it, but you can do this as well and then cancel with an up left. This dash out and dash, and then right here you're going to cancel with an up right before the bird picture. That would be the optimal way to do this screen. A couple of different options there. Don't need to do that, but it is what I've been doing. I've never missed it, not one time in any run if you're good at canceling dashes. There's probably, I'm going to say there's probably about 40 frames already right off the bat there. That's just unlucky. That menu speed was really slow. Really, really slow. If we were to put that into the Pratt tech, I'm going to say there's probably going to be a good 30 to 40 idles there. So I'd like to see that speed be a bit faster. See the YB there, that's nice, a few frames there. I'm gonna say, personally, I think there's better use of your menu here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you something here. Okay. Entrance. Okay, so Best way to do this, right? You never want to be facing this wall because this happens, okay? So you want to actually cancel your dash with a right into an upright. That way you will never... This is a grab. That's not a grab. That's just better movement. It's not going to lose you any time. Like, doing this is not going to make you lose any time versus that. Because it's a right into an upright versus a roll cancel. And a roll cancel, and you're going to have to end up going like this, then this. So you actually end up a lot of the time moving further than you have to. I personally like to see you use that fire rod somewhere. I will tell you where I use it. I use it here. And that gives me, well, it's not that menu. I have the ice rod here, but this is where I personally use it. This. You could use it here. Definitely a nice place to use it. Because then you're actually judging. The mistake that you made there was very costly. Very, very costly. Right there, that grab. And now you're moving up out of the grab, so now you're going to have to then move up a tile, half a tile, and then back down. Right there, you nudged, okay? So if you're going to do that and you bonk across the gap, you want to bonk across the gap at an angle. So let's say you're going to go from here. I want you to see the difference here. That's a 916. 913. You see that? So that nudge has cost me around 3 to 2 frames. Just a good habit to get into is to, when you're just not to nudge there. It's very minimal, but it is a couple of frames. Very, very nice marker. Like that there, top tier. If you can do that, you can do everything I just showed you there. That quick warp there at the start is 100 times easier than what you just did there. That is absolutely top tier. Anyone that can do that can do every strat in Mire. That's a hard room. I have questions about this. I want to time this. 1, 2. I see how you set the stairs here. This seems extremely slow. See. Some things like this are acceptable. Hell, I don't... I road die, bitches. Test it to the stairs. Because that's an 808. I get 47, so that's about 20 frames. See how it is versus the 8. Losing around 310 on that one. Losing 20 on optimal. 744. If I went down here. 822. Ooh, that's bad. So we're losing about 20 frames. So 20 frames, 20 frames, and then it's losing around 40 on optimal. 35, so I suggest you change that, but if it's more comfortable for you to do it, then by all means. Player of your caliber should be able to handle that. Yeah, I guess. Much to say. Okay. I don't like. Yeah, it's. I know why I did that. I do think it's very rare that you actually change your direction here. And by what I mean by that is you can almost, no matter the RNG, you cannot always want to cancel with this if you can. Like, look how high up that I can get that. You can really catch this thing high up. That's like the optimal, obviously, getting both. I'm trying to get a bad RNG. But I just don't believe there's any situation where you don't want to be cancelling like this, just because it's easier movement. But I do understand why you did it, so it's fine. It's just the down left situation is always going to be slower because of the amount of inputs that you have to do to get your slash off. And it gives you chances to get down slashes, which is going to lose time, or getting your slash off not quick enough. But there's nothing wrong with what you do. You actually want to hold your pumps till after. You do this. Fastballs. Whatever. This room actually just went over. Top 8, that's pretty good. Sit here. But yeah, you actually want to hold off on the pumps because you want to get all the pumps in the water. It actually loses time to not do that. Pretty minimal, but you actually want to hold your pumps right here, right in like this, and you can get a 231 if you do this right. That's what you're aiming for, is 231, and then I think this is like 413. Okay, so yeah, that's what you're aiming for. If you go to like this, you end up like pumping too high, and too high is going to lose you time in this next room. You see that it becomes a 416 and then it was a 434, so you add those together, you're starting to lose around 7 frames there. Whereas if you keep this in lower, you just want to catch it right at the bottom there. And then here, you're getting to 410, so now we're starting to see some big time there. So it's free time, very easily kind of missed sometimes. But it wasn't bad by any matter of means. A little nudgy there, but that's. I do want to talk about this room a little bit because you were talking about Spark Gamble, so I'll give you a few ideas for this, and also things about Spark Gamble and just about this room in general that I think gets kind of missed here. Because you had the RNG that I like to dash on. I'm gonna get a couple. So first off, this is the strat that you did. I haven't done this for a while, so get an 854 here. Make a safety here so we get time. Okay, right here. I'm gonna beat it, so it should be fine. I'll have to show you on the other one. 852. So this is another strat here. This. But it's like 836, so that's starting to save quite a bit of time. Now, usually I would use the pause menu here. This. Well, I can't remember what you paused to the hook. It's a little bit different for me, but just to make it easier. But just for like timing's sake, I'm doing it without the pause, so don't worry, you don't have to pause. But Just to give you an idea of how much faster it is, 8:38. Probably do this a little bit faster. That was terrible. One. So it is quite a bit of time. It's not that much time. This is better. Yeah, I mean it is. It's just like so much faster. So it's something to learn for people if you're gonna learn to do this. It's not too hard. It's not to learn. It was quite decent time. Spark Gamble. I actually like to do my pause here, and I read the RNG. It doesn't make too much of a difference to the spark. You'll see people using the pause for this. It's not necessary, right? People will tell you it's necessary, and there's very small chances that the pause can make a difference, but it's such a small chance. You can get Spark Gamble just fine without the pause. There, see that? It doesn't make a difference to how the Spark Gamble goes, but it can make a difference. But I think it's much easier to do Spark Gamble like this than trying to do this part here like this without the menu. That's just my personal opinion on it. Okay, now here's a situation, right? I want to show you this. I make a save state here. Okay, so that's a 1026, okay? And that's a 1037. So that dash is 10 frames, okay? So this is a specific situation I see a lot. Now, if I go down like this and I get hit, right? So if I'm yoling this and that happens, I want to show you how bad that is. That's an 1105. So instead of getting a guaranteed 1039, we're going to get an 1105 and lose around, what's that? 26 frames, okay? Now you can go for this and save the 10, which is going to save half a second. But in my opinion, I'll take these 10 frames all day long so that RNG doesn't lose me 25 frames, right? So it's losing 10 frames, but it's guaranteeing you not losing half a second. So it's something that I see all the time and something that used to happen to me, and I think it's a really, really good strat. Now I do have a menu here, right? If you haven't used it before. So yeah, I mean, some people might do this Spark Gamble without the menu. So if you are someone that doesn't use the menu, this could be a potential place to use the menu, because the people that do the Spark Gamble will go down and they'll dash right. But if they see the spark there, they'll go up and dash along. So they will have this menu to use to actually read this RNG and react to it. And even still, it's pretty hard. But it's just kind of a... Right here, you could like... It's just kind of getting a little bit advanced. Right here, you could just pause a little bit like that. So that is an option if you don't use the menu here like I do. So I did kind of want to go over a few things there, and I think it's quite an educational room for people to go over. So just so you know, there's some free pumps there. So a decent way to get some free pumps actually on this screen here is once you right here, you can cancel like this. You can also cancel like this. Hold left and just basically pump along this rail, because the down will cancel you like that. Okay, so that's 902. 56. 56. 55. 6. 9. That is an option. I down. But it is an option. It doesn't seem to be saving too much time here for me at the moment. Yeah. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for people. Like, my down pumps aren't very good today, but it is kind of a thing. So potential to save time right there. Um, some people think it is a little bit riskier. I don't think it's risky or um, right here. See how he moved out the way there? So 7-13. We'll emulate what happened here. Like 15, 17 or so frames there. So just something that you look at, work on. It did right here. You had this, and you actually walked with the sword out too. So that dash would have been prime time in here. This would have probably saved you about 20 frames for sure. Right here, this is like the perfect RNG. Whoomp, he would have been out the way. So, oh god, the sweatiness. I respect it. You know how much time that saves? I hope you know that saves like 2 frames. So if you mess that up, yeah, you're losing a lot of time. And if you get it right, it only saves like 2 frames. It's really bad. I respect it. I love it. That was really impressive. I get why you're doing that. Like a million tiles too low there. I mean, I would have liked to have gone. Like to have seen and emulate what you did there. I do this a little bit differently. Oh, 1039. N18. So just to show you that as an option, right? If you're scared about hitting the thing or going the right side, that would have probably saved you 20 frames. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you know how to do that, so you can work on it in your own time. But just thought I'd throw that option out there. Fudge. I think you were fine there, but that's okay. Better than long sleeper. Yeah, you were fine there for sure. Maybe work on knowing when you're fine and when you're not, but that was fine for sure. It's quite lenient here. Oh yeah, that was actually more than fine. Like you're loads fine there. Nudge there. That probably lost you like 20, a good 20 plus frames right there because you overshot the door as well. So that lost you a lot of time right there. Yeah, see how far you over nudged it too. So like it was an extra time loss there. What about unlucky? I don't know if you usually do that, but that will get you killed, just so you know, or anyone's watching. You want to slash here. You just unfortunately like that. You never ever want to face right. It's very, very bad. You will die. I have died. I have lost multiple runs to this. Pretty sure that was a mistake. If not, you need to change it. want to be facing down. This will get you absolutely. Work on those arrows. Those arrows could be a lot better. There you go. Lots to work on.